really needs no introduction, Councilmember Chris Kerrigan.
Thanks. It's an honor to be here and to kick off the George Clark campaign. And I want to share, I got a call from George. I was back just when I first got to Iowa, and he was sort of kicking around the idea of whether or not he should run. And I said, oh, please, George, please consider running. And he asked a lot of questions about the difficulty of the job, how much it takes out of you, what the reality of what you got to go in there and fight for. And after I got a chance to tell him all about this, he said, well, I don't know if that's me. And I said, you know what? Good government really depends on good people such as yourself being willing to run. And that's what we found out, with the success we've had since Larry Glasses came on that council. The forward momentum that we have in this community is really great right now, and George is just going to be the next step in that. He needs no introduction. His restaurant needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him an introduction as our next 4th Ward City Council member. Please welcome George Clark.
What's the dessert, George?
I've made some prepared notes so I don't take up too much of your time. I want to be brief, and I need my glasses. Chris Kerrigan, for the last 8 years, his progressive leadership has motivated more progressives in this town than I have ever seen run for office, and I'm the next one. If we could, today we're launching Eureka's next progressive campaign. Please join me in recognizing Chris for his dedication to this community. Also, to get prepared for this, I've been going to every seminar and every meeting, everything I can possibly find, and every time there's Bonnie Neely. Now that's leadership, and I want to follow in that tradition. That's what we have to do. In fact, this room is filled with leaders. I've been speaking with some of you for the whole last year about my issues. I have written a few issues on this board. We're going to unveil those in just a moment. So I want you to look at those and tell me while you're here what you think of them. Give me a call. I'm available. For those of you who don't know me, I spent my entire adult life in Humboldt County. I came here in the 70s, like some of you. I found CR and HSU, and I couldn't believe that there were these universities in the forest. I fell in love. I haven't left. And I went to HSU and completed my liberal arts degree, paralegal certificate, teaching credential, and I remained on campus at HSU for 10 years working in accounting. But it was my experience in Old Town Eureka, opening a restaurant with my wife Kyoko and our 2 daughters, Miss Sono and Mika, that I learned about the challenges in Eureka. When I'm elected, I want to make sure that our government remains accessible, responsive, and transparent. But however, this campaign is not about me. It's about advancing progressive values for the citizens of Eureka. One of the primary reasons for my candidacy is working to strengthen our neighborhoods and working families by supporting Eureka's rural quality of life. This is the quality of life that inspired my family to buy our little Victorian when we first came in the west side of Eureka, to open a business in Old Town. And I will tell you where that business is shortly. It's easy to find if you don't know where it is. But anyway, like so many California cities before us, our quality of life is being threatened by failed development models of the past. It's time that we demand that our quality of life drive development and not the other way around. That's what I want to see. Maintaining our quality of life means keeping our streets safe to walk and drive, planning appropriate development that meets citizens' needs and does not exceed the capacity of our infrastructure. Planting trees, reopening schools will increase our property values and attract small businesses, jobs, tourists, and residents. Over half of California's businesses are small businesses. These are the entrepreneurs that sustained Eureka through the decline of the forest industry, now the fishing industry, California's collapsing economy, it appears to be, the plummeting dollar, and now we have California's Assembly Bill 32, which is going to require all California cities to reduce our carbon emissions. Long ago, Supreme Court Justice William Douglas warned, and I quote, "Before nighttime, there is a period of twilight when everything seemingly remains unchanged. But we must pay close attention to the changes, or we risk becoming unwilling victims of the darkness. It is within these gathering clouds that we will find a silver lining of opportunity to do the work that we have to do." For example, does anyone here know the largest growing household in America? What is the largest growing household right now? Anybody want to take a stab at that?
Retired people.
What was that?
I said retired people.
Well, that's part of it, indeed, yes.
Single parent below the income.
We have returning veterans, graduating seniors, emancipated youths, the working poor, the retiring poor, the foreclosed, the bankrupt, and those recovering from illness, addiction, and they are America's singular households in their millions. And where do you think these folks in their millions are migrating? Anyone want to take a stab at that? Where are these people migrating to?
Eureka.
How about within the city? Where are they migrating? Downtown. Exactly. This is a great opportunity to focus our communities to develop infill residences. We must be mindful, if we don't, of the skyrocketing crime rates that will result. We have to start taking care of business. There's money to be made. Similarly, I want to ask you that when you go shopping, take a look at your national products, like I've been doing. Their prices are going up and up and up. It's in the news almost every day. Next time you go to the store, when you go to Eureka Natural Foods or the co-op, take a look at the locally made products. They're staying relatively flat. They're going up a little bit, but nothing like the national products that I've been buying. We used to think that local products are unaffordable. But eventually, shipping products thousands of miles will become uncompetitive as we increasingly manufacture them here. Let's be prudent, let's be conservative by laying the groundwork for local manufacturing now. With Eureka's $5 million redevelopment fund and other local financial resources, we can begin a pilot microloan program for entrepreneurs. We can utilize vacated schools for unions and to form entrepreneurial curriculums with HSU and CR. This is just the beginning. And our campaign is very early. The paint hasn't yet dried on these walls. That was a lot of fun. So in the coming weeks, we'll be holding more events like this and providing more detail on our progressive community and economic platform. Thank you for coming tonight. Kyoko has prepared her famous cookies and candy pecans for a reasonable donation. We have beverages on us, and please take a look at these. We're going to unveil them in just a moment. Are there any questions at this point that anyone would like to ask me? Yes.
Right now there's a petition circulating for a $10 living wage for Eureka. What's your stance on that?
We're looking at a livable wage ordinance right now. I'm not up to speed completely on that, but so far, every single city that I've looked at that has a livable wage ordinance, their gross income is rising. The gross, it's just so far been a wonderful thing for cities. I have yet to hear anything really bad about it, but it's something that has to be looked into and really vetted carefully. $11, $15 an hour, we have to see where that kicks in on employment, and I'm focusing on that right now. Thank you.